guys, Andy Corbin here with West Kentucky Blue Collar Outdoors, coming to you with another product review at the end of our not 2018-2019 waterfowl season. We're all sad because the season's over with, no more duck hunting, no more deer hunting, but we still have some great product reviews we're going to be dropping in on you. Products that we've used throughout the year, and we've even started a new segment called Revise and Review, where we're taking a good 2 and 3 minutes and after a season's worth of use, going back and looking at some of our favorite products, the good, and some of our favorite products, the bad. So you guys know here at West Kentucky Blue Collar Outdoors, we don't take any sponsorship, we don't take any money from people, because we want to be able to be honest with you and a trustworthy source so you don't go out and waste your money. Hey, let's get to today's product, and it's one of my favorites. Today's product is our Argo Avenger EFI. Now, our Argo Avenger EFI has definitely got some good, bad, and ugly to it. We're going to start with some fit, form, and function, and then we definitely want to get to the durability and some of those things that are going to make this a tool that you might want to invest in for the future. And so I say investment because that's going to be probably the ugliest part of the Argo, is the price of an Argo. If you look on the new Argo site, if you look at a new Aurora and some of the new features they've come out with, now get ready for this, it's going to be a sticker shock to you, but you're going to pay upwards of $50,000 for a brand new Argo Aurora and some of the things that they have come out with Argo. Now, obviously, here at West Kentucky Blue Collar Outdoors, we don't have that kind of budget. And so this is a 2007 model. It's electronic fuel injected. It's an 8-wheeler. It is amphibious. And so let me tell you what we found in using this over the last several years. I actually bought this unit a couple of years old. I bought it from a trusted source that I know had gone through it, and I knew that it had been taken really good care of. And so I didn't even pay half of that price that I just told you about. This unit right here actually cost about what 2 good new 4-wheelers would cost. And I'm going to tell you, if you have the places and the use for it, it's a great product to have for us that are duck hunters and deer hunters. Now, let me tell you the good about it. Obviously, the good is that it's amphibious. It will actually go places that you cannot walk. And we've proven that over and over again. The one thing that you see about our Argo is you see that it's got these 18-inch Super Swamper tracks on it. Now, this is a plus and a minus, because when you put the tracks on here, these heavy rubber tracks, the Argo will not pull itself in the water. It'll do 2 or 3 knots in the water just by the tire rotation if you don't have the tracks on it. But when you put the tracks on it, it's too heavy, it won't pull itself, it pulls against itself in the water. And so that's a negative if you're going to do a lot of fishing or if you're going to cross in a lot of places with deep water. But for us and our purposes, we hunt in the swamp, we hunt in the creeks and things like that, and the tracks are invaluable. These are the heavy rubber tracks, and they protect our tires. There are some snail tracks out there and some different chain tracks that actually allow for the Argo to pull itself in the water, but it doesn't have the coverage over the 8 tires that we have on here, and we really like that. Now, let me tell you, the number one advantage to the Argo is this thing loves the swamp. It will go places that you cannot walk. I told you that. It loves the swamp. All you got to do is feed it to it, and it just eats it right up. It'll go through the frag. It'll go through the swamp. It'll go over logs, fallen trees. It's just really great at going through the swamp as long as it doesn't start to float. When it starts to float with the tracks, then you're going to have problems. You're going to have to use a push pole, or you're going to actually have to get out and walk and do some type of other source. Maybe even put a motor on the back, which we've done with this one before as well. The functionality of the Argo is great in that you can take several hunters with you. You can take lots of equipment with you. We've had actually 4 hunters in here, a dog. We've had blinds. We've had blind bags. We've had guns. We've had gas cans and generators and ice heaters. We've had anything and everything you could think of in this, and it's done the job, and it's done great. You see these racks on here? We had these actually made by one of my good friends here in West Kentucky. He's a metal worker and fabricator, and he did a great job. He's made these for several different Argos. You'll see the back rack. It goes all the way around. It's a uni-rack and actually goes to a big front rack with a big push guard over on the front. And so Mike's even made us a hitch for the back, an extended hitch. We use the Argo to put in boats. We use it to take things to and from our blinds. We go through the swamp. It's just a great tool for waterfowl hunting and deer hunting when you're going to be in some swampy areas. Let me tell you some of the bad and even some of the ugly. You know, the price is probably the most ugly thing, but with the Argo comes some bad, and the bad is that it's a high maintenance machine. Now, it comes with a real powerful 27 horsepower Kohler engine. That's it's all the power that you can ever use. I've actually pulled people out in the snow in big large vehicles. I've actually done all kinds of work with trees and things like that, and it's just a workhorse of a vehicle, but you have to keep it maintained. And by maintain, what I mean is it's actually a chain-driven system. If you've ever driven a tractor that's got brakes on each wheel, that's kind of what this is. This is called a track or braking system, where each track will brake. One will go and one will brake, the other one will go. So again, you have to really maintain those chains, and you actually have to maintain each one of the bearings that are on the wheels. Now, this has been the biggest maintenance issue with me and my Argo, is that these bearings a lot of times will go bad. They're in the water all the time, and when they go bad, your Argo starts to leak. Every problem of every Argo starts with that type of problem. Now, I'm told they have some new bearings that are maintenance free. I don't have that type of system on my 2007 model. I'd be anxious to test one of those new ones or even review one that somebody has. But for ours, you have to grease the Argo inside and out. Each bearing has an outside grease fitting, inside grease fitting. You have to grease those every time you go out, and you also have to oil the chains. Now, do we do that every time? No, because I'm telling you, it's a big pain. But we try to do it a couple times a year at least, because the places we go with the Argo, you don't want to break down. Because I'm going to tell you, you're not going to have a four-wheel drive or even a four-wheel drive four-wheeler or UTV come pick you up. The only thing that's going to be able to get you is another Argo. And I'm fortunate that we've got a buddy here in town that's got another one, and he's always on standby. But we haven't had that problem yet. I actually have a 4,500-pound Warren winch on the front that I've only had to use a couple times in all the years that I've had the Argo, and the reason I've had to use it is basically because of my own driver error. About the only thing that is kryptonite to the Argo is, like I said, the deep water, and also if you're going through a swamp and you get high centered on a long log or some type of beaver cut that's under the water. We have the winch for that, and I also have a high lift jack that I've used just a couple times. And again, it was driver error. It wasn't the Argo's fault that we got hung on those things, because if you can keep perpendicular to the logs and things, you're going to climb right over them, and you're going to be amazed at what it can do. Again, the high maintenance of it, the bearing issue, the chain issue, having to grease it, having to do those things on it, that's the bad. And then, of course, the ugly was the price. Overall, the fit, form, and function of the Argo for our purposes has been great. Again, do we have the kind of money that a new one would cost on this one? No, but we do maintain it. We do spend some money on keeping it up to speed, so when we use it, then it's there for us, and we've gotten really great service out of the Argo. We would look forward to actually doing a product review on one of the newer ones. Hopefully we'll be able to bring that to you in the future. But for your money, if you have the places to go and get out, buy you a good used Argo, or if you have the money, go buy you a new one, and I'm telling you, you're not going to be disappointed with what it'll do for you in the swamp. Hey, I'm Andy Corbin, Western Kentucky Blue Collar Outdoors. We love you guys out there. Thank you so much for subscribing to our YouTube channel, checking out the videos that we're dropping. We always want to be your trustworthy source for product reviews for hunting and fishing and just being in the outdoors. God bless, and we'll see you on the next video.